All right. Seth, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, Alan. Thank you.
I'll tell you what, if you guys have been looking at this Bronco or you've been looking for a Bronco, the most well-bolted together Bronco machines you can buy, I'm going to say anywhere, come from Gateway. I've been watching you guys for a couple of years now. I walk around and I've got an 8-pound eyeball. I used to be a body man. I used to paint Lamborghinis and Porsches, and you guys do a fantastic job. And I got to say, this is a beautiful machine. Everything from the new power plant to what you guys do to a Gateway Bronco. Maybe you can explain it. This is a boutique company. If you want it done right, you want to do it with these guys. Talk about it, Seth.
Well, thank you, Alan. I would say, number one, the guys at the shop deserve all the credit.
Yeah,
they really do.
Hat tip to you guys, wherever you are watching at Gateway, because unreal.
Absolutely.
Unreal.
So I'll go to Jim. A shout out to him for the metal work. His team does a great work on the metal work. And then another guy by the name of Seth.
Another Seth?
Another Seth.
Oh, my gosh.
So it's a father-son team that really leads up the body shop with another one of their relatives. We call it the Bakersville because their last name is Baker.
Oh,
and
boy.
So we got the Baker boys who do all the body work.
Well, you got some craftsmen in there.
They are. They really are. And the whole team comes together to make sure that once it's painted, it stays in immaculate condition, so everybody really works to avoid doing any damage to it once you get it painted.
This one here looks a little different. I think we've always had hard tops. This is a soft top.
Yeah, this is a soft top. So, you know, the folks on the coast, they really want to be able to enjoy their Bronco, and usually with the top down, but when a little rainstorm comes up, they want to be able to protect the leather interior or you know, stay dry. And so we provide a soft top that folds down like a convertible, but then will also be able to put up quickly, and you can drive around like this, keep the sun off of you, or put the sides in it and stay completely dry.
Nice. And then I know there's a coyote under the hood and some buffalo interior. You got all kinds of wild. You got a Bronco, you got a horse, you got a coyote, and you got a buffalo.
Well,
talk about this interior,
so
man.
I was corrected, by the way, by one of the folks in our booth, and they said this is not American buffalo. This is American bison. Bison is what I've been told. So it is American bison leather, very, very unique, and it's incredibly soft. It has a deep, deep texture. But when you sit in this seat, it is literally the lap of luxury. We call it rugged luxury because it is, it's just incredibly soft. You just can't believe by looking at it, it would be that soft.
Yeah.
And so
I actually had to touch it. I thought, it looks like elephant skin, but wait a minute, it's soft.
It is incredibly soft.
It's
really eluding. And so, so we've got a Coyote-powered Bronco with a 6-speed Raptor transmission.
And you know what? Talk about the Coyote for the people that don't know it. This is a very amazing engine.
Yeah, you know, the Coyote 5-liter engine is really remarkable. 32
high revving.
valves. Oh yeah, high revving. This truck, just to give you perspective, is 0 to 60 in 5 seconds. So it looks tame, it looks timid, but this is a 0 to 60 in 5-second truck with 32 valves and instantaneous fly-by-wire response. So when you hit the gas, it's instantaneous. You just jump from one lane to the next or a rocket down the highway.
But talk about that. These weren't notoriously well-driving cars. I mean, that's just how it went, right?
That's exactly
What do
right.
you do to remedy that?
Well, here's what I'll tell you what we do whenever we're going to prove out a vehicle and we're going to deliver it. And we've got somebody in the audience that just received their delivery. And what we do is 2 fingers going down the highway, an iPhone in the other hand, and I'll video the speedometer, video that I've got 2 fingers on the wheel, and take my hands off the wheel at 100 miles an hour. Sometimes in this truck, 120 miles an hour.
Get out.
No, it's absolutely rock solid, 120 miles an hour, hands-free. So here's what I do. 2 fingers on the wheel, running down the highway at 120, iPhone in the other hand, looking at the speedometer, and then I take my hands off the wheel so you can see the whole visual.
Wow.
And it's just rock solid. So,
well, that's not how they used to be. If you
no,
were doing
it's not.
40 going down the wheel, you were going around the road, white knuckling
well,
it.
you know, they used to have what's called the death wobble.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's where these things went completely unstable at about 40, 45 miles an hour. And we we do everything possible to completely eliminate that in our Broncos.
Is that air conditioning in dash air?
It is. It is. So this owner is out of Sacramento.
Yeah.
And so right after the show, you'll see this truck running around Sacramento area. And he wanted an extremely original-looking Bronco, which you notice that's even the original steering wheel. That's different than what we normally do.
Right.
We normally use the Shelby GT350 wheel.
Right.
Well, this is one that he wanted to keep it stock, but he still wanted to have air conditioning, and so that's what we've done.
Now, did they bring you this Bronco, or did you source it for them?
You know, about a third of our customers bring us their Bronco, and about 2/3 we source. This one, he sourced it and brought it to us.
And so you guys find a Bronco. This does not have cutout wheel wells and all that.
No.
And that's like, in your world, maybe a little bit of a bozo no-no, or what?
Well, yeah, I mean, for us,
because you want it stock as it can be.
If it lasted 50 years without being cut, we're certainly not going to cut it.
Yeah.
And so, you know, for us, this is we call drama-free building. So essentially, you come to us, you come to a show like this, you say, "Oh, I've always wanted to have a Bronco," or you had a Bronco and you know you wish you'd never sold it. So you come to us and you just order it. And we'll go take care of it. We call it drama-free building. We go buy you a Bronco. We build the Bronco. We deliver the Bronco, drama-free.
Oh, boy. Well, that's the way to do it. Gateway Bronco. They're in Hamel, Illinois. Website, gatewaybronco.com. Too easy. Seth,
you know,
beautiful,
one of the things that we've got in this truck that we didn't talk about is we've got stainless exhaust. We've got all Borla stainless exhaust.
Really?
And if you want a zero smell environment, we've got catalytic converters. So in a vintage vehicle, you've got catalytic converters, and you can fire it up, run it, not have a single smell. You can literally wear business clothes and go to work in this truck and not even worry about the smell of an old vehicle.
What about having a convertible top? And typically these things are a little bit loud. Can you hear the music? I mean, I don't. It looks like there's the original radio, but I imagine you got something special going on. How about music? You know?
Yeah. Well, you know, this gentleman wanted the original look, which he has a retro sound, so it's Bluetooth radio, looks completely original. But in the back of this, we have got a 1,000-watt stereo with a 10-inch subwoofer and Alpine R-Line stereo tweeter subwoofer system.
So this thing is a tailgate party waiting to happen.
It's a little bit of a tailgate party waiting to happen. It's a party every time you stop for fuel is the way I would describe it, because every time you stop somewhere,
somebody's going to come
over. You got an extra 10 minutes conversation.
Right. Well, anything else I should know about that? It's beautiful. If you want one, you guys, again, gatewaybronco.com.
Yeah, thank you so much, Alan. I think the last thing I would say is we do everything possible to prevent these things from rusting ever in the future. If you look under the wheel wells of this truck, you'll see that there's rock guard to prevent the rock chips from ever making this a rust bucket in the future. We have clear bra that you can't really even see in all of the rock areas, and you can't even notice it on the truck, but it's Expel Rock Guard, which we have a partner here at Barrett-Jackson, and we use Expel Rock Guard. He also has a bike a hitch on the back, which he'll use for a bike rack.
Nice.
And so you can go off into the mountains, go have some fun, come back and turn on your air conditioning and enjoy it.
You guys have a booth here too, don't you, Barrett-Jackson?
We do, yeah.
At all Barrett-Jackson or just here?
We're at every Barrett-Jackson.
Every Barrett-Jackson,
And you can look for us next at Barrett-Jackson Scottsdale. We'll be just outside of the Salon Showcase. And at this show, we're in booth 701, right by the bidder's entrance.
And you folks at home, gatewaybronco.com. Seth Burgett, great job.
Thank you so much,
Another
Alan.
beautiful machine.
As always,
another happy owner. Yeah.
Thank you.
Go out and you have other ones here too, don't you?
Oh, we do. Yeah, we have plenty more. We've got a few for sale in the booth, and we've got some surprises coming forward in Scottsdale, Alan.
Fantastic. Can't wait to see it. All right. From all around the world, we're going to set up to start rolling some cars through here. We're going to leave the live stream rolling while we get set up. We'll be right back and start talking about some cars going across the auction block.